Elon Musk. Elon Musk. How do I get this guy's attention, Lord? What do I have to say on the algorithms? Bomb. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Elon Musk. Bomb. Um, I just got some message from Angel Gabriel talking about, how you have some type of algorithm going with some type of stupid things. You guys use pings. A lot of scumbags and criminals and witches and CIA seem to use some type of ping thing. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I've been aware of it for a while. In odd ways. Interdimensional shit that goes on. Shit don't make sense, but the Lord's involved. Anyway, it said something about you and your Neuralink. The only thing I can't stand about you, I hate about you, Elon, I love what you're doing with the Doge. I wish you'd just put the money into something like Doge, or maybe a new form of something like HUD that actually works and is good for people, so people don't have to live in a whoredom terrorist state like Pennsylvania, that's organized mob scumbags everywhere and international scumbags and, the DMV extorting people that are innocent and holding their private information they're not allowed to have. Anyway, so Project Cronos is something you have going on. I don't know. All I know is, according to my Greek history, Cronos ate his children. He was a disgusting, evil loser. Evil. Anyway, it's not good. Total junkies get compared to Cronos by God in the Bible. He says that drunkards are like those that eat their children. Like Cronos. Good reason why not to drink, like Jesus said, if you are a drunkard, trade in the crown of the drunkard for the crown of the Lord of hosts. That's what I did. I stopped drinking. You see how crazy my hair got? I stopped drinking years ago. I watched, there's that Kung Fu movie, Drunken Master versus Mantis Kung Fu. A mantis in Greek means one who's seen the face of God. So, you see why the mantis style is superior to the drunken style, because trade in the crown of the drunkard for the crown of the Lord of hosts. It makes sense. Because you don't want to be like those that eat their children. Anyway, whatever you're doing, Elon, it said this night you're looking for people with lateral thinking and sending out pings and algorithms and targeting my area. I thought I saw you in New Jersey a few months ago, driving by, in Trenton, in the capital. But, I really would recommend this Neuralink thing, some of this stuff. I think your company might be on a court case. And it's not really great. You gotta realize, I've been praying for you for years because I realized you were mixed up and you didn't understand. So I would find you forgiven if you would actually come to comprehend and then stop. You guys, in general, people fall because they keep running businesses pretending to do something that this will help or this, trying to control everything. Oh, we'll control nature, we'll control this. God's always in control. God can do more than science and money can do. He blows the laws of physics apart, breaks the laws of life and death. He's broken these things for me. I've seen too much crazy stuff happen, and I've gone, in the past, full-blown interdimensional. Really crazy stuff. Okay? Who knows what God might do? Anything is possible with God. Okay? Trying to control everything through science isn't the ultimate, And you got tons of money and all that, whatever. You got your electric cars, which I'm sure a lot of us aren't crazy about either. I'm kind of go both ways on that one. But, Neuralink, I'm not happy about. All the poking the pigs and all the stuff. I'm not into any of this animal slavery. I take a lot of this stuff with the NIH and the virology and all these fake colleges that are nothing but consortiums of Satan. All NIH grant bullshit, kitten torture, cutting animal skulls open, letting parasites feed on them. There's no point in the science. These people have all become total lunatics. They're lunatics, and they're running a money death racket. God, Jesus called them death merchants. I don't want you to be in a death merchant racket. I know you're trying to find ways to resurrect dead people with the electricity, but you have to understand there's a little more to it than that. It's the Lord's will. If the soul wants to come back into the body, and the soul can be called back into the body or comes back to the body, then that's what'll happen. Like when that little girl died, and Jesus said, whatever, Talitha, blah, 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 whatever it means, little girl, get up. But inwardly what his connection was with the Lord and understanding was, Lord, if I do this and raise this girl back up from the dead, these people don't really believe, and when they see it, you'll be glorified, and then they'll come to know. Remember, God said some won't believe unless they see. So that unless they see as if something holy and supernatural that defies the laws of life and death. The laws of life and death are limited. A lot of science and stuff gets figured out, basic medicine, basic things that make basic sense as observation based, just like, blah, blah, blah. But there's also realms of delusion or illusion and shit, bullshit with these people's whack job voodoo shit going on. It's all bullshit. Anyway, no more Egyptian voodoo. That's all you all heard in 2014. That's why I'm really annoyed is all these stupid magic people. Like God says, I hate their magic in the Bible. Yeah. All I gotta say is if you would watch it with animal torture, just in case. I don't know what kind of torture you do if you kill things or you're torturing them. I saw a bunch of pigs with a lot of stuff poked in them and stuff. It's not the worst, but to tell you the truth, the ladies that were working on your property, they all had the CDC death masks on, the China CDC evil report, limiting God bullshit liars. Luke said don't limit God. God is actually not limited, but if you were to teach limitation to others and not tell the truth about God, especially when you know the truth. Now, if you were taught wrong and you didn't know, you'd be innocent, like Jesus said. If they don't know, they're innocent. But if they know, they're guilty. All right? Things work through the Lord. You're better off praying to the Lord, and if in your heart and soul you truly want to resurrect the dead, you know what really does resurrect the dead? Love. God is love. Love quickens the dead. Alright? All I'm saying is, please watch it with this Neuralink shit, just with the animal abuse and all that. You might want to just put the whole thing down and just depend on God. All the way. Focus on helping save our country with the Doge projects, maybe, because you have tons of money. People like me, I live in a camper in some lady's yard. I don't even think they want me here. They're sick of me. I'm sick of being here, but I don't have the money. I've had jobs. These commie Satanists in the grocery stores and all their mobs, they try to fuck you over. They all try to stalk you. Oh, you have a job. Oh, let's cut your hours a couple days. Then let's cut your hours a few months later, a couple more days. And now let's try to cut your shift from 8.5 hours to 6 hours. That's what they did to me. They've tried to blacklist me for years and years and years. Screw me over. They stalk me. They want to see if they can tempt me, lure me, bait or this or that. I'm not following any of this because I'm not going to be these people. I'm not going into their hookerdom and their whatever. Sad, because literally I have absolutely no sex life. But where's their good men to marry anybody? Does anyone know? There don't seem to be too many in Pennsylvania, I'll tell you that. Maybe the good ones are just taken and they're staying at home, quietly being good people, or they're in the military, kicking Hezbollah's ass, and dropping bombs on Venezuela. Alright? So Elon, you'd be better off putting your money in bombs and stealth bombers. How about you get into that? Screw this little fireworks bullshit with your stupid fucking drones and fucking whatever the fuck you're shooting into the atmosphere. It's a huge waste of money. It's frivolous. It's overly decadent and frivolous. You really want to put that money to good use? Put it into stealth bombs, stealth bombers, sponge bombs. Nuke Iran. That sounds a little exaggerated, but you know what I mean. I'd say fuck Neuralink. You gotta watch it. I mean, this Parso versus Google et al. Court case, the registry is pretty dark and horrible. And a lot of these AI companies are complete botch job lunatic Satanists, and they're not necessary. God said in the Old Testament we only need a few for the AI, so that's already been achieved. We already have had a few for the AI as far as I'm concerned. And nobody else has to get involved in AI. God's running the real AI. You gotta understand that. If you don't understand God's on top of this whole thing, you don't even know what's going on. You know, and it's sad because when you realize God really is with you, and He's in you too, unless you've completely become a black-eyed alien demon and sold your soul like the CERN Corporation and thrown your angel off and denied all the blessings of God, then you'll be screwed. That's the thing. As disgusting as those people are, and I'd like to blow them all up, I'd love to stealth bomb them. I'll tell you the truth. God's gonna destroy CERN, he said, though. The thing is, I still feel bad for them because they sold their souls or whatever this dark shit is that they got into. There are people that went that way. I feel bad for them, yes I do, yet if they keep doing wickedness on this earth and trying to kill everybody and meddle and all they do is put all their money into being a pain in the ass, oh, we're trying to destroy the God particle. We think if we did, we would blow up the whole earth. That's what I heard in 2014. That's when I became aware of CERN and I became pretty pissed off. Okay? So, God's tearing the whole beast system down, alright? But I'm saying, Elon, you believe in God now. You seem to understand some more about God now over the years. I watch some stuff about you every once in a while, but really, the sciences and stuff, you gotta realize, like I said, with the resurrections and the electricity stuff you're doing with the pigs and all that, it's not just electricity. You gotta watch out because the devil tries to lead people into robotics, like what the CIA and the KGB did, and what they've been doing with the cat's heads and the vices and the electrodes and the shock therapy, and then trying to lie over their brain and rewrite over their brain and try to limit their brain, and then they want to use people and animals as puppets, as robots, as toys. We are not toys, and you people are going to burn in hell for some serious soul sins or something terrible. You can just be deleted. Hell, to me, hell, there's a level of hell where hell becomes as if you're lucky to even be in those areas of hell and be working in there, because that's a blessing at that point, because there's even worse things. It hurts to have your whole soul deleted completely. Okay? I'd say put your money into housing. Like I said, there's not a studio apartment in this whole county. You know? Nat Finn's calling, don't know who that is. Well, I'm gonna answer it. Don't know who that is. I get scam likely calls a lot. Alright, have a great day, Elon, and listen, just try to consider what I said about where you're putting your money and what the real ethics are all the way through and through. Doge is awesome. Keep doing that, please. And just be good and refine everyone around you to be good.